Hey everyone, so it is the other hand, 2019 on the 7th and actually the 8th now on month of March. And midnight hour here in Asia Pacific. What I want to show you today is how to import your bookmarks, and if you ever have any computing commands questions, simply go here to homepage, right? Uh, you see that little home icon here, like KB Homes, and then KB Homes, the builders, and then on this, just type Google Chrome bookmarks A to Z, and right here, import bookmarks and then how to efficiently. Okay, bookmarks work, how to, and then this is Yahoo. So let's go back to Chrome. Uh, Usually, like I said, Yahoo is more based on news stories, and their searches might not be as popularized because a lot of institutes and banks do not like people reading the news during business hours. So a Google search engine, one search, two search, three search or so, um, is better this way. So sort your bookmarks alphabetically in Google Chrome. And the instructions from this, say hello to CCM, everyone. Hi, CCM. Huh. Uh-huh. Uh, bookmarks and then sort by name. So this is fast. I have speed reading, alright? So go here, bookmarks, and sort. Where's the sort button? Probably up there? Nope. So it's not on the bottom, I know that. So bookmarks and bookmark manager, and where's sort by price here. Yeah, sort by name, alright? And sort by name, there, it's done. A to Z. Is that fast, alright? So that's all. How many bookmarks do I have? So I'll tell you a little bit about, tell you some incident stories, right? It is alphabeticalized, going downwards. It can go upwards, but the programmers didn't do it for us. It's probably not necessary. And so everything is alphabeticalized, A to Z. What do you put in other bookmarks? It might be your friend's page or your friend's homework or extra things. Otherwise, these bookmarks is for yourself only. But I cheated last year. I gave out all my bookmarks because I thought I was gonna go somewhere that was that might sacrifice my life, and then I left all these bookmarks, and I sat in the chair for months without much going out. So these were nice. And the best of all that I wanted to leave to some of my classmates were computing tips. And then the classmates, I say, hey, one of us could do better job. Well, not in the pace I do. All right, so computing tips right here. All this. Yeah. So one of which that might be really important is the let's see, the freeware files. Freeware files is the plug-in for some of the computing features. So for example, I have shown you my other websites. Preparation to launch a website, another website, and then if you open this, whoa, who took all my files? Don't worry, we'll get that done. So over here, the pop-up is the file size. Excuse me. So this is one of the nice and neat item that can read the folder sizes. You see how the folder size is over here? Does not have any indication. So this is a plug-in to see all the folder sizes. And I swear to God, I'm not a hacker yet. but I know how to find a lot of resources and locations. So that's where it is. File sizes, again, showing off. Folder sizes, for example, iCloud photos. It went down here. I have to drag it up. You see how it matches from left to right? If it doesn't, click on the highlighting column sideways, uh, and you can adjust the names. So coming back down, and it should match the file sizes. Alright, the names are not that um, alphabeticalized. So downwards and coming back up. 2018. Well, it's not matching left to right, but the names and the folders. So let's try this again. You have to close this, and that's how the cookies are. And then over here, so basically you open this, and then the pop-up again. Don't touch either way, either sides, and then you can see that it matches over here, the sizes. And this is what I call a plug-in. And the plug-ins are not easy to accomplish or to achieve. You have to go through some of the different routes to find where the blogging sites are. And then the blogging sites, you will find people that knows the industry kind of beginners to advanced people kind of internet network. So right here, 2018, and then say download, and then download, it matches. But the size of the text might be a little bit, maybe somewhat different. And then you can even, well, so basically looking at this and see, the size is about the same, approximately the same. So why is it somewhat different? Is that let's see, because of these shortcuts. So other than these, then you can see the folder sizes. So that's how it is. And this is what I call plugins. And with plugins in America is easy. You basically go freeware. Don't click on files.com. There are a few of these, and I have found them to be I can either find them again or these are shopping, or so you think. Shopping. Alright, it's shopping. Alright. Offline tutorial, news events, my equipment, music, internet websites, internet related, internet web hosting, interior design page. Online forums and blog pages. It should be here. I remember all my most of my links. Alright, right here, freewarefiles.com, and there are more. So basically, let's go back to here. There's another way faster. From here, this is to add bookmarks and then close this. There's another bookmark opening here. And then from here downwards, it reads more to my preference. This is how fast I read. This is how fast I need to read. Alright, the best freeware, the best free software. Okay, almost. Well, so basically, let's try the Asia network. So, according to, say, for example, the Indians, excuse me, the Asian Indians and Pakistan and all them, and everybody in the Asia Pacific, how fast do we read over here? Comparable, right? Freeware. So they have freewares.com and then the freewares, and then going to the Wikipedia. For example, growing up, I like going to the World Book and Encyclopedia, and then there was the Britannia, and then there was photo dictionaries, and then there suddenly one day came the Wikipedia and WikiWatt, and in WikiWatt you can go back to here and read on Wikipedia. And same old me. And then some people say so they're freeware browsers. So let's see. And then people say there might be consequences if you download freeware plugins. It's just that you're very advanced, and they might enslave you to program some of these. As a corporate slave, kind of. So download software, email, emulators, file manager. So web browsers. Alright, so they don't show the freeware search websites and the plugins. Okay, so basically, read all this before you decide whether or not you might need some of these plugins or some other ones. I can't just give it out because it takes time, and it's not necessary to know all this. And I work with the beginners until all the way up, and then if they're trustworthy, then I'll tell them my entire routes and specific routes. Yeah. So, for example, freeware search sites, 10 best web page builders, and freeware files. I'll tell you which one I've heard of. Softonic. It is a website to And when you say freeware, there's shareware that is the same exact thing. So these are what I call plugins. You have a software. You have a um, software, say, portal, and then with the software portal, some might approve graphics, and you're just plugging in extra parts. And web designers who are skillful and experienced, they have ways to program it so that you cannot plug in. So this is one. These are some of them. You know what? I've never heard of some of these, alright? But this is good. This is the 2019 homework done. Housework done. Alright, so next, we have the 2cows.com. And you go right here, freeware. And then you might be able to find some plugins. What kind of freewares am I looking for today? It's MP3 Ripper. And that means I can rip my CD songs into MP3s so I can carry it on the jets. And so you already find some CD to MP3 Ripper. So that's all I need. And your homework is very much appreciated this evening. And that's all it is. And after you download them, you have time, you can chat with them. Who is it? Who are we looking at? Yay! Anyone home? And it is published by www.mp3-ripper.net. Let's look them up. Right click, copy, and let me download them really fast. So maybe we can send them always put it on download, whatever you download, and then put the source, MP3 Ripper, and then underscore, and then the website is my recommendation. So type that, t2cows.com, and backslash, I would put hyphen, because you can do that on the file name. And then thankYou dot html, and then question mark, and then only one hand, alright, SWID equals 325730. I mean zip 0. Alright, so I would put the mark, and then the day is automatic, and the time. So check the time. It's done. Save. And on the left hand lower corner, you will see the oh, you can't put equals and you can't put question mark on the file name. I almost forgot. So for question mark, I would parenthesize and put Q, and then the equals, I'll put parentheses and dash dash. All right, so that's how I might do it, and I do my files differently sometimes. It's just to so that it's a kind of like what Mr. President Trump say, multilateral building process of your data, or the Chinese. The Chinese are very much known by that. So are the Russians. So are the Indian gurus. All right, so this is downloading, and it is how far is it? Okay, so when it's done, it will probably have a pop up, and then meanwhile, let's look them up that earlier. So you can look for registry.com, or just say who is, because back then they have a website named whois.com, and then you look up the mp3ripper.net, and it'll show you the programmers that you might want to say thank you. Who is mp3ripper.net. So maybe this one, and this is Yahoo search. Alright, so there's a easy counter who is. I'm not familiar with the site, but there might be traffic flow issues that one website can only handle, say, tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of visitors, right? And then you can only go with this one as a branch or detour, or as a branch and a detour to the main whois.com. And from here you can see that they're hosted by this website, and then status 2 years left, and it's hard to find the people, but basically then in this case it is a reputable hosting company, so it's okay. But if you really want to find who they are, go here to say thank you, right? Hey, it's a Google. I mistyped. Deceptive site ahead. Alright, so don't worry. Sometimes you get these internet indications, but like the song, you are not alone. Alright. And you just type who is, and it's who-is.com, and that was the most original ones, one of the most original ones. Some websites are not as easy to make. So whois.com, who-is.com. Either one. So if there are two of them, it's probably this one because it has a description. Whoever can upkeep these description and the following data here. And you go where's the search here? The green button. And then you key in the people you want to thank for. I'll send a greeting card or something. All right. So it is right here. So the registry and all that. And then you can look at the administrative contact, the technical contact, and the registrant contact. Registration or registrant contact. So let's look for administrator because the registry, depends. So there are two that you can look up. Let's see who gets our business cards or Christmas cards. And seriously, there's nothing that you cannot find on the internet. It depends how long you sit on your seat. And remember to order ice cream or McDonald's. And say hello to your significant others. Alright, so this is in Hasilla, Nina, and that is North New. Wait, is this even in America? NA might be North Dakota. No, yeah, so gotta look that up. There's no phone numbers. So should we use it? There are a lot of American companies or American programmers, like me, that prefers, say, community-based or neighborhood-based kind of contribution or cultivating units, and they rather keep their identity and work rather private. So these are ways that Americans or Canadians or even Mexicanas or Mexicans might somehow detour their address somewhere else. And you can still find them if you contact the GoD.com right here. And then there are other ways. So this is administrative contact, and it looks kind of blank. So let's look at this one. And most often times, these are college students or university students with side jobs. Or housekeepers. So, not sure yet. And this is another, the registrant. So it's the registration belonging to. And once again, it is the same place. Okay, so this is how you find things, and let's look at the Ripper. Go back to download folder, and it should be done. Click on the date modified, MP3 Ripper, and it's a HTML, so it is not an application. So we gotta go find another one. But with these, you gotta immediately delete these. If not, then and then go to recycling bin, and then make a note. You can retrieve this, restore, and then right here you can make a note at the end and say delete due to HTML format. Not application. Not an application. Okay, so this is how you find applications. And to give it a chance, let's look back and see why. The best place, CD Ripper, thank you for downloading. But it was not a software. Did I make a mistake? So Ripper and yeah, it should be this program and rips, and so press download again and see what it's supposed to be downloading. It is an application, so somehow there was a mistransfer, or it might be lively on the other end that you can't see them eating hot dogs or Big Macs, So let's look again. Date and time. MP3 Ripper on the 8th. What do I have on the 8th? There was another downloaded winx.com, but maybe I don't want to do that, so I just want to keep it simple. So I'm gonna download this Ripper again, add save as application, and see what happens. So exe folder, you never know what's inside. So they kind of gotta read from me, maybe. And don't get scared if there might be programmers that had given up or given away or given to some kind of internet authorities um, that to hold their files, and they can see you from the camera. Sometimes if I have guests, I block them. Yeah, like this until they leave. So that's your privacy, and it all depends. So right here, I put I'm downloading the um, application, and according to the computing internet speed, it's already there. So let's open and run as administrator, and they're okay, I guess. Windows protect your PC, and the Defender Smart Screen prevents an unrecognizable app from starting running this app, and don't worry about that. So you can do you can make a, if you want to make a virus check, then you simply go to McAfee or Trojan, Northern Trojan, and just say scan. I usually don't scan right away because all my computing are backed up. Okay, so I would turn off the Window Defender. So from here, you go to settings, and then you type in run, choose the app, and on this list, hopefully you can find a Windows Defender, and you can just tell them, you can not tell them anything, but you can basically have them on standby, or have them as a witness and handle business. Hey, I want to shake hands. Alright, so Windows Defender, how to turn off Windows Defender. And then it's probably at the on the Windows 10 version, it is probably at firewall. So from the Windows Defender, hey, we found Windows Defender. Is that the same one? Yeah. So from here, connected, not connected. So Windows Defender status is on. And I downloaded some other softwares, and it already messed with me a little bit. So, for example, I downloaded Winamps, and then it cost an extra 2 seconds per title when I was trying to type in all the CD titles. So from this, I am going to turn this off, or turn this down. So control panel home, allow this change notification, turn Windows Defender on and off. So it's the third one. Block all incoming connection. This list. Notify me when Windows Defender firewall blocks a new app. So just turn off the Windows Defender for a while and just put it aside. And this computer is my shake hand computer. The shake hand computer does not have much data on there, unlike my chairman computer. Actually, this one is the CTO computer, and excuse the ladies. Seem to be. All right, so over here, let's see. So I had turn off or turn down the Window Defender, and let's try opening this again. But if this is a round indicator, that means it is in process of your latest command, computing command. And here, turning off, click OK. So it'll tell you firewall is off, be careful, and McAfee takes over. And actually, it's both turned off, so gotta be careful with that. And if this problem persists, click ESC. And here, cross this out. And we're gonna let the 3D Ripper in. Run as an administrator. And it'll ask you, once again. And if the problem persists again, then you have to dismiss the computer by doing a restart. But let's try this again. It was obvious I turned it off. So once again, let's check again. And it's not magic or anything here. So firewall. And Windows Defender. So both of these are off already. Off, 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 off. And sometimes you feel like maybe it's like a arm wrestling, so depends. So let's go to advanced settings. So Windows Defender is on. Defender properties. Firewall status is on. So turn it off again. Protect network connections. Ethernet, Internet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Alright. So that's all it is. And some of my company names are Capstone Concepts. And I found that by explaining the Capstone logo location, it is affiliated to another, not affiliated, but it's referring to another label as Keystone, because they think that this is the key why there's a doorway. So I have other names for the companies. But basically it's my personal concept. So I back up, and I was the founding sole founder and the pillar of the whole discovering how to have more and more job titles and professional skills exchanges when there might be a lack of motivation to excel in a particular profession. So that's how it is. And basically just turn this off, and then with the exe file for sure it is so you can even restart. So sometimes when you make a big decision, you just restart the computer. It's kind of like giving the computer CPR when you tell your friend, hey, go home, and then they're suicidal or something. And then you tell them, hey, I have a job to do. I have to restart the computer. And then they go and they overload themselves with ketchups, or overload themselves with mustards, or hot dogs, or they call McDonald's. The McDonald's won't deliver, and then they speed their bicycles to the fast food or something. So you're of course first aid standby, and you go and give them CPR. So that's restarting the computer instead of shut down or just knock out the screen, right? Who does that? By the way, the screen costs approximately $100 US, not including labor and delivery. So don't knock out the screens. If you do knock out the screens, you have ways to connect it to a external and the screen panel simply doesn't show. So let me do my password. So I'll tell you a little bit about my computer here. I identify myself who I am. My company is just well known. It is so great that one of the military branch named an operation after mine, and it says Admiral in training. Um, yeah. What is it? A curriculum, kind of. So from here, you go back to this computer is not very fast. It is 8 megabyte. It was supposed to be a 4 gigabyte RAM, and I just changed it to 16, I think, megabyte. Hurry up, sleeping princess! Hurry up. So shift and delete, and then with this, because there's a CD in there. So with the CD, it's reading the CD at the same time, and if your CD is a slow CD-ROM, then it will lag the computer. How long has it been? 40 minutes. Not good. So basically, the exe file, the program is already there, and then it automatically reloaded these websites. Is not a good idea. So when situation comes like this, you might want to leave this alone and buy another computer and use this as a secondary translating computer or something. So downloads. Earlier the exe file is here, and let's open and see how they are. Open. And right here, you pop up the task manager. If it's at 100 CPU, it is a bad indicator. So you can force download. So basically, you override the computer and just download. And if you look it up, there's a computing command by short keys. Okay, so if you click, okay, so this is the problem, okay? It was unnecessary to tell your friends to go home to restart the computer. So that's an analogy, right? And you go open, and right here you click more info. They say that the one of the reason why it might have been rejected or at risk was because they couldn't find the publisher, and you just say run anyway. And seriously, it might be a virus. So you have to have the um, worst case scenario in mind. And I'll say yeah. And as soon as you see something on the computer, have you ever seen that movie Scream? Then you just turn off the computer. So you can see kind of here and get a sense, get a preview who might had programmed this, or it might be automatic messages. So version 3.50 without letter, it might not be. Ouch, it's 2003. Is that set? Are you trying to set up my company? Because my company was founded in 2003. Alright. And the programs that converts to, so from here, and I am changing from another one. Virus protection. Yeah, let's renew later after this. Maybe. And then how to set up and all this. So support at mp3.ripper.net. So hey, we found the email to say season greetings. Alright, so you gotta remember what the Ripper file is, but I would usually rename it and say freeware, or from the 2cow.com. See, I remember. With memory, there is a long-term memory and short-term memory. I'm good at both. Yeah. Alright, so that's all. And here it is, downloading. And being on Windows 10 and seeing that kind of graphic, you're in a protocol uh, of another computer graphic. So, and can you lower the window? Not yet. So press the file finish button. Alright, so here we're back out. We're back to Windows 10 mainframe. And from the list, let's see if it's compatible very much. What was the CD to MP3 Ripper? So it does have an indicator with the Windows 10 and registry evaluate. All right. So the Ripper, I have the CD in there. Let's try to load. Choose the output format, and then from here I can let's see if it's a drag and okay, insert a disk. Hey, where's my disk? It's not in there. Okay, so the disk that I wanted to rip into MP3 is here. Well, let's not do the military music. Excuse me. I have plenty of other CDs. This is marching band. They gave me drummer in the marching band. So maybe do a Disney love songs CD. And then eject, and that should pop out the CD player. Alright, so sometimes it's not compatible yet because the smaller software teams or smaller software team cannot tap into the bigger corporation computer set yet. So let's pop in the CDs. Don't worry. So right here. DVD and things. CD rewrite. Right here there's a CD icon on the very left. Right here, CD drive shortcut. Right click. Open autoplay. Autoplay does not show any indicators for the new software. So right here I want to drag in the songs. So file and check all tracks. In order to put the CD titles in here, see if it's a drag and drop. It is not a drag and drop. So from here you have to import it from somewhere. Right here. Oh, that's the output folder. So you'll be going from program files to CD, Ripper to MP3, but I would rather put it straight into another folder. So the software might be a beginning stage that you might not have it. edit tracks names, no tracks in the list, and from here options. I think they can read it now. If it says 8 tracks, then you look over here. There are 15 tracks on the CD. You don't know where these 8 tracks come from. Then output, 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 output. Where's the input? That's the speed. So for example, there are these tracks, and just settings are saved successfully. And to put it in here, put a device. So there might be a driver software, so there might be additional plugins, or it might not be compatible with Windows 10. So sometimes when you see a computer that is very much fully operating with all these extra plug-in softwares or other softwares, then you know. Okay, so low CD-ROM. Take out the CD-ROM and no other. So check the application. There should not be any other CD reading software. And try this again. Sometimes software requires a overnight communication process. So refresh. And do this again. Low CD-ROM. What's the problem? Okay, so there's a fee for $29.95. Here, let's try another software that I had downloaded. It is the Winx. I mean, for that kind of price, to make a new relations, yeah, if I'm a computing company or software company trying to find more people, but let's try the Winx. The reason why I'm doing this is because the Winamp software on the title changes, usually one song after another only requires one tap of a button. And today, every time I press it, the system require approximately 30 seconds, and I don't wait that much because I have this much and this much CDs plus this two milk crates of my old CDs and DVDs. I can't afford those 30 seconds per click of a button. So let's launch the Winamp version, winxdvd.com. But this one only provides other say video visual transfer to MP4. So there's another one that I can look for. So keep this here and delete that later. And then from here, Always look at the CPU, why it might be slow. And then from here, computing tips. And let's look up again. Is it this one? So from here, again, look for another website. You might say, hey, why are you so cheap? Just pay $29.99. But when you have a list of softwares for assessment, then you have to worry about that. Maybe look up computing science. Alright, so computing, wait, hey. And if my bookmarks sound too sophisticated, it's okay. That's why I say something like computing tips. If I find it within say a day or two, I'll tell you what the other freeware sites are. This is one of the most professional looking one. And of course you can sign in, and I can just put DVD Ripper. Excuse me, MP3 Ripper. So you have all these softwares that can change the folders or change the things. It is a MP3 Ripper, and the quality would be okay. Windows 9, Windows XP, Vista. Okay, so that's another issue. So that's how it is. Um, I hope you guys get the idea. And if you ask me how does it look, with the DVD files, you open this and you see only the tracks, right? You don't see the actual memory, and then there's only showing the size, and then there is a short links or kind of a shortcuts, and it is a CD that is already sealed, and you can't write over it unless it is a DVD rewrite DVD. So this is only a regular CD, and by the time you're done, you will have something like this. So I had done 2 DVDs already, and it looks approximately like this, and then every single song of a MP3 is only 10 megabyte. So with these, you can be a DJ. You can just keep it in your pocket. You can write a love letter to them or admiration letter to them, and that's your choice. All right. Talk to you later. If you want to match these, right? So this one is electro music. And it was this one. So I'll tell you more about these websites that you can upload freewares. And sometimes, as an executive or as a company founder and having taught some students, the students kind of want a souvenir, and I tell them, hey, you can't take one of the keys to a website as a souvenir. Maybe snap a screenshot or something. Yeah, so that's all. All right. Goodbye. Yeah, it's quite late already. So my website is on Instagram. So you can look at my other data release and interest. Who's this? Let's see. Can't get enough of Will Smith. Wow. Check out these films and TV shows. And he started. Alright. Hey, interesting. So this is some kind of you know things I post, and so people can keep interest. Alright, so talk to you guys later. And you can make these smaller. So the short key is Control, minus, or plus. Yeah. Okay, bye.